Welcome to Intelisoft School Management System. Intelisoft is a client server, a locally developed software which has been developed in consultation with great and numerous players in the Kenya education sector. It covers almost every aspect of school management operation, and it exhibits a high level of integration of all modules and saving the user and school managers time and data input efforts. You log into Intelisoft by double-clicking on the Intelisoft icon on the screen. Immediately after the splash screen, you'll be required to enter your login credentials. That is the username and the password. Intelisoft has got the following modules. We've got file, configure, students, parents, school fees, academics, past students, payroll, accounts, and utilities. Now, this form our standard version. We've got an enterprise version which has asset management, bulk SMS, library, creditors, inventory. File, configure, and utilities purely administrative. They are used for setup purposes. I'm going to start off with showing you how we set up the system. We come to configure. Now in configure, we have campuses. This is where you input your campus name. Then we have term dates. This is where you capture the details of a new term and you close the previous one. Next, we have staff details. This is where you capture the names of your members of staff for use in academics and payroll. Then we have sections. This is where you list the sections in your school, that is the lower primary, preschool, upper primary CBC. Then we have classes. This is where you input the names of your classes as per the stream name, the class teacher, and the year. Next, we have subjects. This is where you capture the subjects that are taught in your institution as per the section, that is a grade 1, 2, 3, preschool, upper primary, even upper primary CBC. Now, if we check, for example, for upper primary, you can see the subjects here. They are English, we've got mathematics, science, social studies, CRE, French, computer. They vary from one institution to the other. Next is houses and clubs. Again, these ones you set them as per your school. You can see the club list we have here is French, computer, wildlife, journalism, etc. as per your institution. Then we have school transport. Now this school transport links with the school voted. Here you can see below. We've got school buses, we've got drivers, stages, and routes. Now the routes are tied to stages. When you, for example, if you check stages, you can see this is where you have the charges. Then when you check the routes, it's where you list the routes name. Next is religions. Now religions is either Hindu, Muslim, or Christian. Then we have school voted. This is where you capture your fee structure. You can see we have the voted description. We've got the general account that is linked to. We're going to see this later. Then we've got amount as per your fee structure. Then the class that it applies to. Next is banks. Now this is where you capture the institution banks, the one that you use to collect fees, and other banks. If the parents are paying using checks, you capture them here. Then we have departments. This is where you capture the departments for your school, accounts, administration, transport, teaching staff for use in payroll. Next is chart of accounts. Now every module in Intelisoft is tied to general ledger, whereby you can be able to print the account statements, financial statements, that is balance sheet, trial balance, profit and loss. When you expand this, you can see we have revenue, expenses. When you expand balance sheet, you can see we have asset, liabilities, owners, equity. Now, we are going to start off with our module, our student module. Now, this is where you do a registration of a new pupil. We're going to start off with registering a new pupil. Now, this is the screen for registering a new pupil. We call it front office because it carries every detail of registration. We start off by adding. You can see the center is automatically selected. Then we have section you choose, maybe we're going to register a pupil in upper primary. Admission number. Now this one can be auto generated or you can generate it yourself. Surname, you're going to use, assuming our student is Molinge Koki. This is the student we'll be using as dummy student to see how we do billing, to see how we do receipting, and also debit and credit notes later in our school fees. Now, she's a female. She's in class, assuming we're going to register her for class 7 red. Then she was admitted on 5th of January 2020. Now, I'm keying the details on yellow items because they are mandatory. The other items, you can keep on adding them later by just editing the record. Now, assuming you want to add telephone number, you just come and click edit. Then you enter the telephone number. Then you save the record. Again, let's say we want to capture the photo of the student. Come and click on photo. Then you look for the photos folder. Then you add the photo for that student. You can also set the discount for this student by adding. Maybe you want to give discount on the school fees. We go to the tuition for class 7. Tuition for class 7. It's here. Then you tick here. You can give the discount by amount or by the percentage. Maybe we're going to give the discount for 10,000. Then you save. Again, you save your record. On the same screen, you can add parent details for Koki. You're going to add parent details. Then you click add. Mulinge. Mother's name is Wamboi. Okay, you can choose to add the other details, or maybe you can choose to add the phone number and then you add the other details later. Say phone number is 0722. Or maybe you want to say mother's address. You can capture the email address at gmail.com. Then you save. The parent details have been saved. On the same screen, you can do an instant bill. Now, the window that has opened has got stock-based and other. Now, stock-based, for the people who are using our inventory system, you input the inventory items, then you can still invoice them. And because we are going to do a general invoice, we just click other. Proceed. Say yes. She's in class 6, so we are going to charge boarding. We are going to charge registration for primary. Then we will also charge tuition fee for class 7. Then you say okay. It will ask you if they are the correct items to be billed. You say okay. It will give us the total amount of bill. You say okay. Then it will give us an invoice. Looks like this. You can see we have boarding, we have registration, then tuition fee. These are the voted items that we chose. Okay, on the same screen, you can be able to quickly check the school fee balance for that pupil. You can see it is only the invoice that we've issued. She has not paid anything. On the same screen, you can print living certificate with coat of arms. That is a government logo. Then also you can issue a student gate pass, either for people who's going to hospital or maybe in boarding. Okay. Now on this right hand corner here, you can see we have student list. Now student list will give you a quick count of the total number of students. It will give you boarders, the scholars, boys and girls, and also the last admission number. Okay, on this screen also you can do an advanced search. When you're searching, you don't have to scroll the whole list of the student. You either search by the name or the admission number. Okay. Next we have student registration form. Now this one is the form that you print and you give to the parents. They fill in the detail, then they give you to capture the details in the system. Then we have outsider registration details. Now, assuming you're giving services to other pupils from other schools that are not in your institution, and you don't want the count to add on your school database, you capture them here. The screen looks like this. Next is a student status enquiry screen used by the front office people for quick enquiries. Maybe we want to do an inquiry for Koki. You can view the statement from here, like that. Then you can also call the mother and email the mother, and you can be able to check the fee balance. Printout and reports. Now the printout and reports for this student module, we have got class list, we've got class listing, we've got count of students. For example, count of students, you can see total class for class 1 all through to class 8, and then it will give you total number of students for the whole school, even separating boys and girls. Next is club list, houses list, SMS receivers list for the people who are using our bulk SMS. Also, you can print student contact list from here, and then you can also see the bursary, the discounts that you've given. For example, the discount we gave, if you scroll down, you can see we've given Koki discount, should be listed there in that report. Next module is parents. Now parents module, if you did not enter the details here, maybe you had a long queue, you can come and enter them here later, and the screen looks like that. We opened it in the student module. Then the reports here is family details and fee balances. We got parent standard letters. We've got parent student category list. Then also we have got students parents contact list without balances. Our next module is school fees module. Now school fees module, this is where you do receipting. This is where you can print statement. This is where you can view fee balances for the whole school. We're going to start off with capturing a receipt for one pupil, the one that we've registered. Now this is our receipt entry screen, looks like this. Now you do this by saying new. We use our search tool here. Then we type the name. Remember I said you can use the name or admission number. Then it pulls the details for Koki. Assuming Koki has paid 20,000. Then the payment mode, maybe you can use cash, bank, check materials, M-Pesa, Manoda, Paybill, or Mutaani. Assuming she has banked. So you come and choose the banks. These are the banks we set up at our configure menu. Maybe she paid in KCB Bank. Then you capture the slip number. This one is very important for reconciliation purpose. And also the date to make your work very easy, because you can filter by slip number or by slip date. 10/01/2020. Then you confirm. When you confirm, it will prompt you for a receipt, and because we are not connected to the printer, we're going to do a PDF of that receipt. Let's say we call it Koki. We're going to check our receipt looks like. Now it will prompt you for a reprint. Maybe your printer was not connected, or it was not on, or maybe your printer did not have paper. In our case, we say no. Then we go to check the receipt for Koki. This is the receipt for our pupil Koki. She's paid 20,000. Payment mode is KCB Bank. Outstanding balance is 21,000. You are served by admin. Next, debit and credit notes. Now, debit and credit notes, the credit notes reduces on the fee item. They are used for fee adjustments. Credit reduces the invoice amount. Debit increases the invoice amount. We're going to check again with our student. Okay. Find. Now, assuming we want to do an adjustment for Koki on the tuition, maybe she reported late. So we go to tuition for class 7. You don't have to enter the invoice amount, but you can do a reference of the date. Maybe we say 20/01/2020. Then the details, why are you giving that adjustment? Reported late. Amount, maybe we're going to give 11,000. Now 1100, not 1000, sorry, 11,000. Now we're going to, a positive amount here is a charge, a negative amount is a credit. We're going to give these people a credit because she reported late for school, so she doesn't have to pay the whole fee amount. Then you save. Next is in the student fees transfer. Maybe you want to transfer a fee from one pupil to another. Maybe you want to transfer a fee from Koki to the sister, if she has a sister in that school. Post receipt reversal. This one is if you posted a receipt erroneously, you can post a receipt reversal, and then you can post the receipt again. Even though student billing, if you do not bill the student in the student main module, that is instant billing, you can bill it here. Automatic fee billing. Now this one is done at the end of the term or at the beginning of the term, and you give the invoices to students to go home with. Printout and reports. For this we have school fees bills, that is the invoice for the students. You can print, say for term 1, you can print for the whole school per class or per student, or even for boarders and day scholars. Another report we have is you can see the summary fee invoices for the whole school, and the report looks like this. We'll say for the whole school or per class. Let's say we want to see for the whole school. We come and preview. It is processing. You can check termly or you can check yearly. In our case, we want to check termly. Now first it will bring you the total school fees invoice per the students. Now when you close the window, it is going to bring the summary of the voted items. As you can see, we've got tuition fee, we've got registration, computer maintenance, every voted. Then also at the end it will give you the total amount of invoices. Next report we have is receipts. Now receipts, this one is where you can view the audit trail for school fees or even other receipts. As you keep on posting, it will keep on making the report for audit trail, and the audit trail looks like this. You can see the receipts per the entry date, and if you go to the end of the program, the report, you can see the receipt we issued today is listed down there. Next report is receipt payment by, you can reprint the receipt also from here, but the reprint of the receipt will show a duplicate. For example, if we want to reprint for Koki, we find our Koki here. Say we want to reprint the receipt again. Maybe she lost it and she wants a reprint. It will come out as duplicate. Another report you can do here is on the receipt by listing by modes. Now cash payments, bank slips, checks, credit, debit card, everything. You can be able to view it there. Another report that we can see here is the charges and credit discounts given, like the one we gave our student. You can be able to see it here. If you go to the end of the report, you can see she's here. Koki Mulinge reported late. Every transaction that you do on this system builds up a report. Then statements. Also, you can be able to see a detailed or a summarized statement. For example, we're going to see the statement for Koki. Say find. Then we preview. Here she is. What we did for her. We did an invoice, we did a receipt, and we've done a credit note. It will all build up in the statement. Then another report that we can see is the school fee balance report. Very important report that it's requested by the directors to know how much fee balance is remaining. Now the balances you can do it is all balances, debit balances, credit balances, zero balances, zero paid, or balances greater than. Maybe you want to send people home for those who have balances greater than 5,000, you can send them here, or less than 5,000, you can send them there. And we're going to do for, let's say we can do for all balances. We see how it looks like. You can also sort by name, amount, admission number. You can print for all. You can print for day scholars. You can print for boarders. You can also print per class. This is how our list of fee balances looks like. You can see we have last term balance, we have current terms transactions, and then we have total balances. Now, if you had the balance for last term, when you pay, what it does first, it will set up here for recovered, then what you paid for that term in that column, then what is unpaid, and then the total balance. Another report, the other report is the detailed one without all those columns. Next is our academics module. Now, academics module is where you do the exam management. Now, we've got the screen here for exam marks entry. Let's say we're going to use class 7. So we're going to use class 7 red. Then maybe we want to set for tuner, populate file. You can see some marks were entered, so we are going to search our student here. She's here, Mulinge, Koki Mulinge. Then we're going to enter marks for Koki Mulinge, 40. Say grammar she had 40, English composition she had 28, Lugha she had 30, Insha she had 31, Mathematics she had 88, Science she got 98, Social Studies it's marked out of 60, she had 44, then CRE she had 28. Then you save. Let's say again we want to enter another exam for Koki. Let's choose the class, term 1, class 7 again. We're going to enter 3 exams so that we can see how the report form will look like. Let's say we enter for midterm. We're going to enter for this particular student. Maybe grammar she had 46. Then English composition she had 32. Lugha she had 40. Insha she got 28. Mathematics she had 78. Then science she got 86. Social studies she had 44 again. CRE she got 30. And you save. Another exam that we are going to enter for the same pupil is 7 red end term exam. We are doing this so that we can see how our report card looks like. We enter again for Koki. Grammar she had 38. English composition she got 28. Lugha she had 46. Insha she had 32. Mathematics she got 78. Science she got 90. And social studies 40. CRE she had 30. And you say we've entered 3 exams for that particular pupil. Now let's close and then see our report form. Now you go to printout and reports, current report form. Let's say format A, we choose upper primary, proceed. Then we choose term 1. Student is current. We will do for a particular student. Our student, we find she's there. Then we select tune up, midterm, end term. Then we choose exam ceiling. It's going to compare 3 exams so that we can see our reports. It's processing. Now, this one has been set up to compare to 3 exams. The setup, remember I said the setup varies from one institution to another. It's processing. Still processing. just processing the report card here. She is. You can see this is the report card for Koki Mulinge. This is exam 1. We have got exam 2. Then we have exam 3, and then it will average the total with the graphs down here, and then the teacher's remarks. Teacher's remarks, you capture them in the configure menu. Another report that you can see here is stream performance. Now, stream performance is per that class. If they are going to have 2 streams, that is 7 red, 7 yellow, you'll do class performance. Assuming we want to see stream performance for that class, then you come and click term 1. Stream code, you choose 7. Choose 7 red. Then maybe we want to see how they fared on tune-up exam. Then you say okay. It will compile the list for, this is the mark list for the whole class. That is class 7 red. This is stream performance. Class performance, you choose for the whole class. That is if you have 2 or 3 streams. This is how our stream performance looks like. You can see our pupil is here, Koki Mulinge. She's here. We've entered all the exams. She's in position 2. The ones that have not been entered, they're just marked XX. Then it will give you total 4. You can see from it will give you the mean score, the subject position, subject targets, and deviation. Remember, you be able to see this after you've entered all the marks. And those are the reports also that you can print from here. You can see subject performance, performance comparison, exam analysis, house analysis, cumulative analysis. Every report, you can be able to see it after you have keyed in the marks. Next module is past students module. Now this one we call it alumni module. This is after you transfer the pupils from students module, they come here to past students. Then you can be able to also issue an invoice from here. You can see the details. You can reprint receipts. You can see the reports for list of past students. You can see fee balances. You can also see statements. You can also print the contact list. Next is the payroll module. Now, payroll module, you can use it also as a standalone. That is on its own without linking it to the school management system. Now, in payroll, if you did not capture the details in the configuration menu, you can capture them here. You've got employee details, centers, departments, job titles. Now, this one, NHIF rates, is the table as per the government directive, also payee, also payment deductions, the ones that are fixed, that are not done monthly, you see them here. Then we have NSS save rates table, also per the government directive. Now, processing, this is how you process. You just come here and if there are monthly payment deductions, you set them here. Then also you can recalculate payments. After you set everything, you recalculate payments. The reports for payroll, we've got pay slips, which looks like this. You can quickly view the pay slip, the way they look like. Say okay. These are pay slips. You can see basic pay, gross pay, then the deductions. Pay calculation, deductions down there. Remember, you have to set them first. Then we have payroll. This is the payroll book that is requested by the directors so that they know the total payroll. You can see every department, then here the total amount that is supposed to be paid, remitted to employees that month. Another important report in payroll is payroll master roll. This one, you can be able to see the name of the employee, the PIN number, ID number, NSSF number, NHIF telephone, and even the designation, that is the department. Another report, if you're paid by checks, you can be able to see list of checks, list of bank transfers, cash payments, statutory deductions, list of fixed payment and deductions, monthly payments, insurance premiums if they're applicable to institution, also the cooperative, the cooperative deduction list. You can be able to see it here. Also, you can print history payslip. Let's say we are in June and you want to print for January. You can also print history payroll. Our next module is accounts module. Now this is where you capture other receipts other than school fee receipts, and also you do payments for your suppliers. We're going to start off by other payments. Now for other payments, the account to be credited is the ones that is paying out either bank or cash. In our case, let's say we're going to choose the bank that we are using to pay. We are paying by check, and the cost center is administration. The amount, maybe we are paying 1,000. Then now you can choose the creditors, that is if you're using our creditors module, or you can choose other. In our case, we are doing other, and you tab. The pay is the person who is being paid. Maybe you are paying supermarket. You're paying ABC supermarket. Then you tab. You have to enter the check number. Then you tab again. It will transaction date. Draw is automatically the school. Payment details. What are you paying for? Paying for the supply of milk. Then you come here and add analysis record. Narrative, supply of milk. Then the account to be debited, you choose milk. Then you enter the amount. The amount is supposed to be just like the above one there. Then you post. You can choose to print the voucher, or you cannot choose to print the voucher. You print for filing purposes, but if you're paying real time, you don't need to print. Then we go to receipts. Receipts, assuming you're hiring out a ground, you choose the account to debit. Cost center is administration. Then it's cash. Then amount, maybe they are paying 5,000. The payer is ABC Church. Then you tab. You add analysis record. Hiring of graduation ground. Then you choose the account to credit. That is the account that is receiving the money. Say graduation. You'll have created these accounts in the chart of accounts. It is 5,000. Press enter. Then you transaction slip number, very important for reconciliation purpose. Then you post. It will ask if you want to print the receipt. In our case, we say we don't want to print the receipt. Then the reports here, we can see we have trial balance, we've got balance sheet, then also we got a report for profit and loss account. You can also print the account statement to check the transactions, how you've expensed in that account statement. For example, you can check like for petty cash. You can see where we have. We can check for our account that we have done transaction with. For example, like the KCB account, we go to the last report here. You can see ABC Church, hiring of graduation. Today we did 3 transactions. One from supply of milk, then also hiring of graduation ground. The next report is daily transaction report. Now this one you'll be able to see every transaction that you did for that day. You can see we did a bank deposit here, we did a debit and a credit adjustment also. We also have done a check payment. We issued a check. Then also you can search the receipt. Maybe you want to search the receipt with particular amount. You can search by receipt number. You can do that by amount. You can also do by date or do by bank. Our next module is utilities module. Now this one is purely administrative. It is used by the administrators or the supervisors. This is where you promote students. This is where you transfer graduate student past students. This is where you profile the license for the school sits with the logo and the bank details and the email. This is where you set the password with the security and the rights. It also carries our main parameter file where you can be able to do settings for the system. For example, something I forgot to mention about the printers. Now you can print using the computer continuous paper, or you can print using the POS, the ones that are used in the supermarket, or you can print using the normal printer. This is where you set it up. Next is all this you can see here, the general control accounts. This one is used by the administrators or the supervisors. This marks the end of our software demo. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get back to us. Our contacts are displayed on the screen. You can call us or you can send us an email. Thank you for watching.